Went back to the truck to go get some stuff, and had the Charlie's poop bag sitting right here. When I put the backflip all the way up, it smushed all the poop out.
Oh, and across the whole river.
Caleb, can you give me a Q-tip?
Think I got the chance, and I ain't gonna waste it. Honey dripping romance, and the hours of fate.
Because it was getting
This
so
is
dark.
so demeaning.
Keeps coming round and round, so there ain't no use feeling down.
Dude, that is such a cool hat.
Oh gosh! Hi! How's it going? Good. Are you having fun?
This is our time. It's a crazy cosmic journey. I feel fine.
The bubble maker is, it's out of bubbles. So you put a little thing over there. We do have a leak. We're just gonna change out the hose. Should be pretty simple.
There's no waiting, hesitating, baby. This is our time. This is our time.
All right, so we're driving through the park, and I pull over. I said to Trish, we'll pull over here because it looked like there was a waterfall, and there was. And I hiked down and got some footage of the waterfall. And then this guy says, hey, you guys wouldn't, after he was stopping other cars in the street, he says, you guys wouldn't by chance have an air compressor in there, would you? And I said as calmly as I could. Okay, I like almost.
You were so excited.
Yeah, I was almost like,
Heart is fluttering.
I was like, what? Do we have an air compressor?
Oh,
dude, just wait. Just wait. But here's what came out. Yeah, sure, I got one.
So the air compressor goes on, this thing comes out, and the guy goes, whoa, what do you do for a living?
So they rented a vet for the day to go through to go through Rocky Mountain National Park.
Which is a really cool idea when you think about it.
And they got a flat, and he needed about 35 pounds of air in there. What I like about that ARB compressor, which is really for like Jeeps and big tires, is it puts a ton of air. Like, it didn't stop. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Once I put it on there, I didn't have to like stop and let it replenish the tank. It just constantly went in, and dude, I went up to 40 PSI in no time flat. Anyway.
That was insanely fast.
That's like.
Is this the same moose?
Yeah, this is probably the same moose.
Mr. Moose?
Anyway, so that's kind of, we got a Ranger driver now. Oh yeah, because he's coming closer to the street.
Hi!
This is our time. This is our time. This is our time.
So we've made it to the Stanley Hotel, and get this, neither one of us have seen The Shining. And we hear it's a pretty good movie. The fact is, I am not a huge fan of scary movies. And now that we live in an RV, it's hard to do laundry. I hate to pee my pants. But I think I'm gonna watch it tonight. Trish is not in on this, right?
I'm out.
She's out.
You do it with the boys.
Jack Nicklaus, right? Or Nicholson?
Yeah.
Nicholas. Jack Nicklaus? No, that's the golfer. Jack Nicholson. Anyway, I hear it's pretty good. I'm up for a good movie. So I'm gonna watch The Shining.
With some earphones.
With some earphones. Trish and I always like to watch a movie related to the area. When we were in Mackinac Island last season, or 2 seasons ago. Well, as you can see, we are gonna have a riveting night. So I will fill you in on all the details later. And
The whole party stops.
Oh, something's happening.
There's an exchange.
Uh-oh. That's how I met Trish. And then when we were in Kentucky, we watched Seabiscuit.
Yes.
So anyhow, so that's what we have planned for tonight. Okay. So this was a fun ride up here, and now we're just gonna kind of float on down. We saw a little cafe off of the river, and we're gonna go have a little cup of coffee, and then we're gonna go back to the rig. Fun morning, beautiful day. We thought we'd show more of the boring stuff.
Is that what we're doing?
Because this is so normal. Trish and I woke up at 5:15. We worked until, what, 9? We got on the bike because we were going to go work out. And we thought, well, let's go ride. So we rode through the town, which was fantastic. And then we came back here and we messed with the awning. I love everything about the Airstream, except for that awning. But I did watch another video.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I at least...
You have a handle on it?
I at least have a handle, kind of.
Okay.
Anyhow, and now it's 2:30.
Charlie. No.
Charlie, don't do that.
He's eating my socks.
On our bed.
On my bed. So, supposedly you need a reservation to get into the national park, so I made one for us.
Okay.
Because supposedly it's a hiker's dream national park. So we need to go, like, figure out where we want to go.
Yeah.
And the wildlife is abundant here. So I hope...
Oh, it's like we're crazy. There's like deer like all over the place. And elk all over the place. It reminds me of being up in Banff when you're just like walking through the streets and there's wildlife in the streets, but you're not...
the coolest thing.
It's cool. But anyway, I just want to turn on the camera to show like what actually happens for a majority of the day is this, and then we'll go out and we'll be out for 2 or 3 hours, or we'll be out for 4 hours,
right?
And then we'll be in the rig for maybe 2 days. I mean, you know, and then we'll go out. I mean, you know, it's fun. I like that.
Yeah.
But we don't show this probably enough. Because how many times are you gonna show this, right? I mean, like you've seen it. You've seen it. If you see it a second, you're like, all right, I get it.
I get it. I got it. How's the hike for you?
Dude, I think this is fantastic.
I know.
The view is breathtaking. The temperature's perfect.
The hike is breathtaking. It's hard, but it's really cool.
It's great.
We've only gone a mile though, and it's 2.2 to where we're going.
Wow.
So we have to pass Dream Lake, our lake, and then Emerald Lake, and then I think we get to where we want to go.
Okay, so we hiked up to Emerald. We actually missed the turn to Hayaha. We missed the turn. And it's so covered in snow, I don't think it would have been very easy to get to. But anyway, so we ended up going up to Emerald. Absolutely gorgeous up there. Stunning. I think what makes it so stunning is the mountains towering over the lake.
Feels like it's the Matterhorn or something.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a fair amount of people there, and the boys wanted to swim, and I didn't really want to disturb anyone. So we actually came back down to Dream Lake, where we're on what we're calling Snow Beach.
Yes.
And the boys are gonna swim. It's got to be in the 30s.
The snow actually goes into the lake, just like an iceberg.
Look at him. Oh my gosh! Tarzan! You are my hero!
Oh, very warm. Very warm.
I like that we travel with our own entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going?
No. Although, isn't that like
It's great for you. It's great for you.
Therapy, chronotherapy?
Endocrinology?
What is the science word for freezing?
Hypothermia?
Hypothermia. Oh my god. We just went under.
Oh yeah?
I think I found, because I talked to someone, he said at Dream Lake, don't take my word for it because I don't know, but he said at this junction, Dream Lake, Emerald Lake, if you want to go to Hayaha, just go down there and there's like a little wood bridge. It's more like logs bridge and then kind of barely a trail, and then it goes up and it switches backs over there. It's about as far, he said, it's about as far there, maybe a little bit further, than to get to Emerald Lake from here. Okay, so anyway, so if you'd like to go there because it's like Caribbean blue, really kind of a cool thing, maybe a little fewer people, then that's how you get there. Don't take my word for it. Look it up on like All Trails or something, but I just wanted to give that little tip because we missed it. And no regrets, because
we got
Emerald
to
was
see
awesome.
that.
Yeah. So today's been kind of an interesting day. It's Sunday, so we're working. Charlie just jumped up on the bed. So we're just working as we normally do from first thing in the morning, just kind of getting everything queued up and that kind of stuff. And then Trish and I actually worked out this morning, which was good. Get a great workout in. And then we decided to go clean the RV. So we started Trish said, look, it's going to take us a half hour. We'll just get everything cleaned up. It actually took longer because we really went at it and got it clean. And then Caleb said, I'll go clean the bathroom. Totally unsolicited. Very nice of him. And he ended up putting a paper towel down the toilet. And an Airstream, if you're not familiar, has a macerator, and the reason is the black tank isn't directly under the toilet, and so they use a macerator to grind everything up, and then they pump it over into the black tank. Well, a paper towel that isn't that wet caused the macerator and to lose power completely. So I've gone in there, I've gone into the Airstream addicts, and I've gotten like a couple good leads. I went into the Airstream forums, I've downloaded the parts list, and I think there's a breaker, but I can't figure out where the breaker is. So Gary, who is an RV mobile mechanic, is in the park. See if we can get power to it. Is the macerator burned out? I just need some answers.
Well, the trigger was on fire.
Is that why it smells so good?
Yeah. Yeah, so I have to figure out why I keep lighting it on fire. But
Well, didn't we determine it's the startup process or the shutdown process?
yeah, but I did that properly last time, and
Yeah.
then I tried to preheat it at like 3 something open.
Yeah.
Caught on fire. So
How is the food?
there was no food in there. I was getting it ready.
Oh,
Now I'm going to turn it on the shutdown cycle
okay.
so that it properly shuts down.
We got Traeger issues, we got toilet issues.
Oh yeah, and Charlie's sick. We have to bring him to the vet tomorrow. Today's going great.
So why is Charlie sick? This park is really cool, this RV park, because there's elk everywhere. I mean, they're literally lying down for an hour in your campsite, which is pretty cool. Like Trish said, there's more elk here in this campground than you'll see in Yellowstone, and I agree with her. The problem is, with all that elk comes wildlife comes wildlife poop. And I wish dogs had taste buds. I really do. I wish Charlie would go out there and eat some elk poop and go, oh, that's terrible, and spit it out. But that's not what happens. He goes back for seconds, and he goes back for thirds. And so anyhow, so now we've got that going on. So he's not throwing up. He doesn't have diarrhea, but he's lethargic. He's stopped eating, and so we need to go take him into the vet, and we need to find out what we need to give him. So there's a fair amount going on. I think how I'm feeling right now is that this particular season we've really wanted to stay a week in every location. We're a week in Ouray, we're a week here in Estes, and then we're gonna go up to Jackson. We're gonna stay a week, and we have all these reservations. So we're starting to feel the pressure of all these reservations. And if something goes wrong, like a toilet repair or vet, it puts us behind. It eats into that time. You know, what are you gonna do?
Okay, something's going on here. Come here and look at this.
Fuses are not lighting up red. You know, I checked to see if there were any red lights on the fuse. They're not lit up. So there is a bad fuse in there.
Oh!
But I told Gary that if it's a fuse, it'd be the most expensive fuse I've ever bought in my life.
Yes, it will.
And I told him that's a $6 test light I got. It just blew the fuse.
Yeah, it did.
I heard it snap. So that tells me our macerator pump is pulling too many amps.
So here's the deal. We've lowered the resistance of the toilet paper in the pump where it's not breaking the fuse anymore. But the pump is not exactly sounding like it used to. So we're kind of hoping that through usage and more dissolving, it will kind of...
But wait a minute, you were able to flush it?
Oh yeah.
Woo!
But
It's working.
it's not, doesn't sound. You know how you kind of know how something sounds? It doesn't sound.
More paper going down that toilet.
Yeah.
Caleb,
Yeah?
no more dropping loads on the fuses, okay? I mean putting a load on the fuse.
Thanks, Dad. It's kind of hard since I'm
Dad.
Oh, those dad jokes.
Dad
They're just...
jokes.
What time is it? 5:23? We release at 45.
Wait, where are the iron holes?
Oh, you want to read this?
So, are we going slow or something? Or these are helping
Trying to get close to the athletes. I was doing the wave for him before, cheering him on. And we were joking that his mom is here and his dad has a big camera. And there's all these teenagers around. We're like, woo-hoo! Come on, Caleb! So this is the fairgrounds, and fairgrounds are always cool, but this one is particularly cool because there's a skate park, there's tennis, basketball, and a pump track for mountain bikers.
Yeah.
Really fun. From where we're staying, the boys can go right through town and then just come here on their bikes, and they had skateboards in their bags. It was great.
Come on.
You were so good. You were so good at that. It was hard to see because it was getting so dark.
This is so demeaning.
What are you doing?
I don't want to get the little pull.
So you're tightening it inch by inch?
So exhausting.
Yeah. Wow.
So Trish and I tried to work the awning. I really wish the passenger side awning worked like the driver's side awning, where I could just pull it down and then put shade on the windows. It goes all the way out and it's manual.
It's a lot of steps.
It's a lot of steps, including locking it down, but I'm glad I
remembered that.
did a walk around. I did a walk around, put my hazards on, make sure I'm all connected, look for leveling blocks.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first rule of safety. This is KYD. Stay fresh.
I think we're good.
Here, Dad. Can you find the fast charger for me?
You ready now?
Yeah. I had to do some Xbox stuff. Some
So
adult
I
stuff.
went inside and I found the water pump on. I tell you, I mean, there's no end to the amount of things that you can forget, which is why a checklist is so important.
I think
And-
that it's everybody's in the car and then one person walks around.
I think so. Anyway, if you're interested in a checklist, we did a complete setup video and a complete teardown video, and we have a checklist. In fact, I think it's even keepyourdaydream.com/setup, I believe. And on there you can download a checklist. And the only thing missing on that checklist is to check, well, for a travel trailer, is to check the lights. So I added that to it. Well, no, I haven't added that to it, but hopefully I'll do that before
Yeah, we need to get that updated.
before we really, yeah, we'll update it before this. All right, you ready to go? Are you ready to go?
I am a Harvest Host member, and I was wondering if we could come in tonight. We have an Airstream.
All right, what are you doing?
I'm gonna make us bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwiches.
Yeah.
I have some real roast beef, like carved off of a roast,
Okay.
for Carson, and I gotta figure out something for Caleb.
I'll have what you're having. With lettuce and all that good stuff.
Hey, go to your room.
I'm so sorry, Dad.
Go to your room.
Slam door.
Slam door.
Slam.
All right. I'll tell you, this is really where, on drive days, is really where the Airstream shines.
Yes.
No pun intended.
You just walk right in. You're ready to rock and roll.
Yes, everything's
Carson
just.
coming?
I don't know. He's just in the rig with Charlie, or in the truck with Charlie.
Okay.
So we've had a heck of a time today trying to find reservations in Jackson Hole, and we eventually ended up finding. Trish found reservations where?
It's a golf course.
No, that's tonight at the Harvest Host. I'm at Jackson Hole. We had a
Anchor
hard time
Bay?
even finding a place to dry camp tonight,
Yeah.
and there was a Harvest Host location that was a brewery that looked great, but we wouldn't have shown up till 8:30 at night, and they only had 2 sites, and they already had 2 people. So then we found a golf course. Trish found a golf course. So this will be our first Harvest Host golf course tonight.
Yay.
Continue on I-80 West for 151 miles.
Nope, you're good.